Here we go. Part B of day 17, graduation and the next steps. Where were we? We were at this, the 6 higher faculties of the mind once again. Now, what role do they play in creating our life? Our mind and own brains to a large degree, and they can work for us or against us. Reason, the ability to think through situations with strategy and goals, higher thinking, and look into the physical world for assistance. More purposeful use will make it stronger. 2, memory. No such thing as a bad memory, only a weak one. Memory is a mental muscle. The average person with an appointment will write it down and invalidate their memory. Make it a memory and validate your memory. Just write things down. If you do write things down and you keep checking yourself and second guessing yourself, you are creating a memory that is invalidated. So try this exercise, 2 double-digit numbers, and then look at the piece of paper. Pull it up 15 minutes time, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Keep repeating the process 3, 4, 5 times. Then you can look at a phone number and know it. People who double check are always double checking everything and invalidating their memory at the same time. So progressively prove to yourself that your memory is getting better, like a muscle, like those bicep curls you worked so hard on for those beach weights back in the day. Maybe that was just me. 3, perception. Change the way you thought and ability to perceive accurately. As you increase your ability, you do look for differences. Now, most people fall into the lazy thinking, finding similarities and put a label and a category and believe they think they know everything about it. Number 2, things are the same on the planet. No 2 things are the same thing on the planet. Power perception equals see a bigger picture. The easier it becomes equals situations like problem solving your way out. It's like a superpower. New things are always available to us. But remember this, that as opposed to the perception on knee-jerk assumptions. That's very low functioning. The past is the past, the present is the present, and new things are always available to us. 4, will. Isn't this just a great microcosm for life? Keep attention focused on what you want to create and not what you can't. Be unshakable like the great leaders of the world, unwavering commitment and point of view. All of a sudden, guess what? You have people around you because you have credibility. Imagine your family looking at you right now as this. 5, intuition. There are all kinds of cause and effect in this world. And intuition is being able to see the big picture. You see, most people are focused in this diagram here on the last red ball because they see it jump every time. See the black ball and the energy travels through the red balls. Believe in the laws of the universe. It's not magic. There is a cause. Most people go through life and they cannot understand why they don't achieve their goals. Intuition is to step back, like a dream quarterback, look at the bigger picture and make that play. The beauty is you can also share this with others and those that are prepared to listen. And this is a big one, imagination. Look at the caveman, imagining what is possible. Everything we know and see was once just an idea. And it is a powerful tool too, be your test laboratory. Think about Einstein and the thought experiments, the leaps were made due to these. He used maths to confirm or reject a higher level of consciousness and knowing. And this will allow you to make a pattern. Visualize some ideal thing that creates a pattern. There is nothing more dangerous than an idea. And the universe begins to take an action to make that idea a reality. Okay, like this guy that I know who has made this amazing personal development business out of this information. Growing up in lower socioeconomic classes, other kids didn't want to necessarily do great things, dealing with their own problems. Yet he used his imagination to come up with this. You see, most people use imagination to imagine what may go wrong, but it can be very destructive on focusing on what may go wrong. That's circular thinking. Don't do it. You sound like an insurance agent. Now, collapsing the field. Now your future is a blank canvas. Look at that field and the infinite possibilities. And if you will operate in the same patterns, you will not challenge your existing belief systems. But the problem is we do all have a belief about the way life is. And as soon as we decide that it is the way it is, then you collapse the field. For example, relationships. Oh, you can't trust anyone. And that's the way it will be. And you will manifest that situation over and over again. Or you can look at the situation again and find distinctions. How did I cause this? Maybe I am not perfect. If we can look for and find these distinctions, and then I can see how the next time will be different and not make the same mistakes again. You know, if you have 5 friends that you can absolutely trust and have your back, and vice versa, then your life is incredibly better than having none. Elements of empowerment. You know, everything improves by changing your point of view. May sound cliched and overused for some, but compare this to, say, the time of 1998 to 99. Some of you weren't even around then, but the main word back then was empowerment. 1998, though, you feel weak and disempowered, and at the effect of things going on around you, stress, the shutdown, which of course leads to the shutdown of blood flow to the front of the brain, loss of power of reasoning, the immune system shuts down. It's a scientific fact, and it makes you feel like you're at the effect, a feeling of belief, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now you can bust a move and bust out of that and become more physically resilient. Muscle mental strength, intelligence, and the ability to predict consequences and be proactive improves massively by changing your point of view. The brain. Remember the movie The Brain? The brain. Now put the picture out there, okay, for what you want your body to do, and the body can do it in a remarkable way. I have to ask myself this sometimes when I'm running these 400s or 800s of people half my age or twice my age and beating me. It is a $1 billion machine. Just ask it for help. What is it for? Well, anything that is negative, you can turn into a positive by the way you use your brain, and perceiving brain and mind from outside looking in. You see, you don't want to become your brain. Okay, you can see it from a distance and you can understand the damage of this circular thinking, profound, subtle damage to then pave the way for transformation. You know, what is the brain? Well, you use it to model reality, physical terms, items, you know, what you look like, what individuals' roles are, men, women, you, where you stand in the world, okay? And our mind models reality so well that we think we are looking into the observable world. For example, all hot girls must be stuck up, or any bloke that's good looking and smiles must be an absolute psycho underneath and not to be trusted. Can't keep it in his pants. You know, the mental model of our bodies, once you believe and have a model set up a certain way, guess what? Your injuries keep coming back. Oh, I always get shin splints when I run. Now, yoga is a good example. It's about communication with the body to move into certain poses, extending yourself, asking your brain to link to your body what it needs to do. Put the picture out there for what you want your body to do. And you know what? The body can do it in a remarkable way. That's what the brain is for. And I'm using that brain to try and keep up with these studs and do something that very few, if any, or maybe no one has done, and that is to referee first grade rugby at 50 and do international rugby refereeing at 50. I think I can make the game better by being more invisible, reading the play, and letting the players decide the game, instead of this spectacle of the referee being the main event. No one likes that in rugby union. It's not about the ref, it's about the players. Use the brain, a $1 billion machine to direct your body what to do, just like here. Individuals. Now, the mental model of all the individuals we know, once a relationship goes in a bad way, what do we think? Oh, most people are the same way with everyone in their life, and why are they one way with you but not with others? You know, or the bad boss. Are you having a bad day? You know, it was impossible for that guy to be a challenging personality in that guy's sphere of influence. He acts as if this guy is not a difficult person. Are you having a bad day, pal? And how about this? If you are around a good leader, you do better. And he's one of the best, John Eales, Wallaby captain 99 and World Cup winner 91, 2 World Cups. When's the last time that happened? Back in 99. Roles. See, we have this husband, father, wife, employee, manager, doormat. Some are positive, some are not. And we start to identify with the roles as if that is who we are. What about school? The introvert into your mind and you play the role of a shy person. The information, that is just a role. If you identify that, then that is you, if you want to identify with that. But then look at your different examples of your behavior around other people. Some areas you are really confident at the top of your game, and around others you're intimidated. You are creating this yourself. Labels. We label everything. We are taught to label kids, and this is only potentially real. What about the attention deficit disorder or hyperactive kid? Really dangerous stuff, okay? Because someone is a purpose person with an able body that wants to move around and is not interested in what teachers are teaching, doesn't want to be there, free will being, but not allowed to leave the classroom. So what are they going to do? You know, they want to exercise free, but they will not be there mentally, okay? So they're slapped with a label. And as a parent, what do? Don't buy into that label that they are attention deficit disordered, okay? Don't buy the label. As a teacher, I've seen this too many times with devastating outcomes. And then there's the other big paradigm shift about the hard and the difficulty based on what we're told on genes or from parents or grandparents. Oh, no way I can create that success, that level of vitality. You know, if you believe in the label, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Get rid of the labels, especially when it comes to things like, oh, the same about jobs, the same about success and making money. Jobs, oh, it's always political. Handicaps in jobs due to that nepotism or politics. But it's also awesome when someone becomes an entrepreneur. Get rid of the labels. Okay, folks, that is it for part B. And there's one more part for the amazing day of graduation and the next steps.